we have to big
Oh, no,
bang.
no, no, no.
Move, fix the bang.
Along a little bit. Yeah, go a little bit. Just a little bit.
Guys, straight to me. Straight to me here,
Up
please.
here, on this end, to the other end.
Lovely.
To your right.
And over here, please. Preeya.
And over to your right.
Fantastic.
Lee, turn
Put your hand up, Rob. Turn sideways a little bit so it's not too wide.
Lovely big smile. Go on, and again.
Bend round.
That's it, that's fine. Turn sideways. Turn no, the other way.
The other way, the other way.
Keep going. Turn, that's it.
It's a good shot. It's good.
Okay, down, have a rest.
Have a rest. Have a rest. Straight down to me. Lovely. It's a lovely shot. Thank you.
Sorry, Lee.
That's brilliant.
Guys, now get off the road.
Over here, please. Just over here.
There we go, we're just walking to the streets.
Okay, guys, can you do that same pose? Just move in slightly towards the Joseph side so we get that in the shot as well. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, yeah, go. Lovely, straight to me, straight to me.
Straight to me here, please, guys.
Right here, here.
Lee, Preeya, this way.
Lovely, thank you.
Lee, this way. Lee, this way here, please. This way.
And to me, Lee. It's here.
Lee, sorry, at the end here. Lee, this end here. Here we go. Thank you. Smiling. Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.
Excuse me, madam.
We take Preeya back in.
It's a technical term, I'm too big.
Do most of the shows in West London?
I personally learned all the major.
Really?
Major festivals.
So you're the main man, essentially.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Main hack.
Yeah.
But it's like really difficult to this, and I'm probably not quite as much.
Yeah, it's a new production.
Lovely.
Very nice girl.
Really beautiful lady, isn't it?
Yes. Really good.
That's fine. Okay, well, first of all, now we're on. Let me congratulate you on your triumph.
Thank you very much.
For those people who haven't actually seen it, if they've been hiding under a rock for the last few months, I mean, can you describe the experience of being on any Dream all day?
Yeah, the experience. Well, it was just basically the past 3 months I've been on the TV program Any Dream Will Do, and kind of locked away really. It's been like long hours every day heavy schedule, and each Saturday we go live to the country and put on a show. So and songs that I wouldn't usually choose to sing as well and perform. But it's been an amazing experience, at the same time very hard as well.
So, and it's quite surreal, you were saying, to emerge suddenly into the glare of actual publicity.
Yeah, it's been a real learning curve for me, and taken time for me to feel relaxed enough to be myself as well, because coming from a theatre background, I'm not used to the cameras and the media side of things. So it's been a challenge, to say the least. But
you're meeting it well so far, so
yeah.
don't worry about it.
Good.
Now, you and the show, Joseph, you've got quite a history, as I understand it. I mean, can you tell us when you first got involved with Poppins the other week?
Oh, really?
Yeah, still strapped on to the toilet, standing at the side of the
It's
dressing
like,
room going,
oops, turn off.
Okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
back there again. Where were we? We were talking about how Poppins going to the lavatory
Yeah.
for a moment. Okay, yes, so
That's the
the
first.
history, your personal history with Joseph.
Yeah.
Where we were at.
Well, the key thing really was that it was the first show that I saw in my hometown of Southend, and the Cliffs Pavilion Theatre where I'm from. And I think any first show as a kid that does grip you, and being Joseph, it's very magical. And I can remember the colours and Joseph being up there, and I think I was 9 or 10. And of course, life goes on, and your career moves on, and I did the tour in 2004, and then that was the second time in my life where I had that connection as well, and now I'm here playing Joseph. So.
I mean, did you ever? Was there any kind of doubt in your mind at all when you went when you set yourself up for the show? Did you think, did you think this is quite heavy? Showing all my working out on TV, etc. Was there any doubt about putting yourself in?
There was some doubt there, and I was very unsure. And I don't think I've said this before, but there was lots of auditions in London, Scotland, and everywhere. But there was 3 audition days in London, and I was there on the second day, and I was the very last person to be seen of the whole day. There's lots of people there because I kept holding back and waiting to go in, because I was thinking, Leah, are you doing the right thing? You're going to be putting your personality across to the whole country, and judged each week as well by a panel of people and the public. So it was a big decision to make, but because I wanted the role so much and I felt so ready, I just felt compelled to audition, really, and that was always my main focus, to win and keep my integrity and be professional as well. So.
It did get quite vociferous at times as well. I mean, were there any moments when you felt like you might want to back out?
Back out. Well, I think the second or third week, I had a bad week. I had a throat virus, and I was feeling quite run down and very tired. And we're doing like 12 hours a day as well. So you'd finish the day and come back and have interviews and things, and it's a heavy schedule. And at that point, I thought, have I done the right thing? There was talk that I left in the press, that I walked from the competition, but that never happened. I just needed a day to go home and reflect, really, because it's such a whirlwind. But there's no time that I thought I'm going to give up. I was always determined.
Okay, well, tell me about Andrew Lloyd Webber. How's your association with him been thus far?
Andrew, yeah, we're in Mallorca.
Can I ask you to mention him by name?
Sorry. Yeah, with Andrew Lloyd Webber, we obviously met him for the first time on the show, and we only saw him every Saturday on the panel, and that's the only time we ever saw Andrew. But come towards the final and towards the end, we went to Mallorca for 2 days. That was an incredible experience, and stayed at a hotel very close to where he lives, and got to meet him as a person, and had some nice dinner and things like that. He's a lovely man, very, very down to earth, very open as well, and has a real passion for people and obviously theatre. And it was just nice to get to know him and meet him at first hand, really, to be honest.
And now, what are you going to bring to your interpretation of Joseph?
I think it's important, I've said this before, that I keep the essence of what's been in the past, but also that I add my own individual kind of stamp, and I think that will only come through rehearsals and through doing the shows as well. It won't happen straight away, but I'm very confident in the fact that if you get behind the text and understand what you're doing, that's when my own Joseph will come. So.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Sorry.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much. We're going to wrap it up.
That was very quick. I was starting to realise.
Okay, well, Grabbing Heart show.
Thank
Obviously,
you.
very much unlikely. You've got quite a long history of appearing in Lloyd Webber shows, most notably Bombay Dreams.
That's
So,
right.
how did you come to this one?
Well, about 3 months ago, I received a call from my agent. I was actually on my way to central London, and she left a message to say that David Grindrod, the casting director, and Lloyd Webber had asked if I would go in that afternoon and sing a song from Joseph. Very casual, just want to hear me sing it. And so I went along that afternoon, and I was given the song A Fairer Story, which is the first number of the opening act, so it's the narrator's big song. And I went through the song with Simon Lee, the musical supervisor, and I was really nervous because I thought, am I going to learn this in time for Andrew to come in and hear me sing it? But as we went through it, I suddenly realised, oh, I actually know this. It all came back to me because I actually did a production of Joseph at my local amateur group when I was a kid called Songtime, and I played one of the wives, and they had an adult playing the narrator. But the songs are so catchy and they're so, they're so fantastic that going through the song, I actually remembered it, and literally I went through it once, and Andrew walked in and heard me sing it, and he said, I knew it. I thought of you yesterday, would you like to do it? And I was quite taken back, and I sort of stood there for a second. I thought, is this for real? The camera's going to jump out in a minute. But and I said, I'd be delighted.
So tell me about working with Lee then.
Well, I'd watched the programme and I'd seen Lee going through his process, and we'd been rehearsing 2 weeks before the final, so we had no idea who it was going to be. And Lee came in last week, and he's been absolutely fantastic because we've been slightly ahead with regards to rehearsals, but he's come in and he's been a true professional, and he's really slotted in really well, and he's so nice and just so sweet, and just really wants to get the job done really well, and he's just been working really hard. And we've been doing lots of evening rehearsals, him and I.
So, I mean, obviously you didn't have to, but when you actually watch something like Any Dream Will Do, do you think, I'm glad I didn't have to do that?
Well, you know, I admire those guys for going through that process because it is hard. And, you know, the thing is, Lee has done stuff. He took quite a gamble because he is a professional. He has been in stuff. And what he said to me, we went out for dinner last week, and he was saying, you know, I just really wanted the part. I just really wanted to play Joseph. And I took that gamble, and I'm so glad I did because, you know, you have to take risks in your career, and he did that, and it came through. But some of the things they had to do was quite intense. And, you know, it's hard enough for a performer to stand in front of a panel and sing and perform to get that role that they really want. But to stand in front of a panel as well as an audience, as well as 8 million viewers, that's tough, and that's a lot of pressure, and they all did fantastic.
Just one more question for me. Can I just ask you why you think Joseph is such a perennial audience favourite? Why do people keep going back to this show?
Because it's so much fun, and you know, and it's a great story, and Andrew Lloyd Webber and Andrew Lloyd Webber's music and Tim Rice's lyrics are so fantastic, and a lot of the quotes were taken out the Bible. So, and there's some real moments. It's just really, it's camp, it's kitsch, it's a lot of fun, and the melodies are so catchy. They're like little pop songs. So you come out of the theatre and you'd be singing them, and theatre can be a form of escapism, I think, and a show like this is just great for an audience to come and watch and feel great when they leave.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Thank you. It's lovely.